videos, John from Heroes and Legends. Today we're opening another Hour of Devastation Prerelease kit, and we opened one on the channel just a few days ago, depending on when I post this. It was awesome, and we're also going to, much like the last one, do a quick sealed deck tech with you. I'm going to talk about my thought process anyway when I go through the cards to decide what our deck's going to be if we were to play this, say, in a tournament or casually. So I won't spend as much time on all the stuff that comes in the kit since we did that in the last video. So if you're interested in seeing what is involved in this particular product, definitely check out that video. I'm going to go a little faster this time and just get right into the cards. Now, of course, you're going to get 2 packs of Amonkhet, 4 packs of Hour of Devastation, and 1 foil date stamped promo card. Let's see what our promo is. Oh, wow. We got great promos. This time it's Samu the Tested. So, granted, I realize Samu is not the most amazing Planeswalker, at least at this point, doesn't appear to be, but still a foil Planeswalker. And we got Bolas in the last one. Not a foil, but we got the Scorpion God was our foil in the last one. So, we're doing pretty well with these pre-release kits. That's sweet. So, we'll have to go through our cards and see if this is something we can play, because even though this is not an amazing Planeswalker, it's still a Planeswalker, and in sealed it will be very powerful as long as we can be in these colors and feel pretty confident about our color consistency. So having said that, let's get into the actual pack openings. We'll start off with our 2 Amonkhet packs, see what we get, and I'll kind of thumb so you can see the commons. We'll look at them more closely in just a few moments, of course, but since we are deck building with them, I want you to just get a picture of what we got here. First uncommon is Petra's Mark, Nest of Scarabs. That could be fun, although it's not the colors of Sandwich, but still that could be very fun. Although green could cross over, maybe we just splash the red or something. Crocodile of the Crossing, and we have a Naheb the Worthy, so that's actually pretty interesting. Okay, not bad. Second pack. We're going to start off with Cryptic Serpent, Trial of Strength. I do like that card, actually. Ooh, On-Crop Crasher is very good. And a Glory Bringer. Okay, we're definitely in red. Maybe it's red-green. Maybe it's red-black splashing green. I don't know. I know we still have 4 packs to go, but still. Gee. All right, so yeah, Glory Bringer I want to play. Kind of want to play Samu. Kind of want to play Glory Bringer and On-Crop Crusher, so yeah, there's that. First uncommon here is Rezeketh's Right, Chandra's Defeat, Vizier of the True, our rare is another mythic, and it is in green, so there you have it. Majestic Matriarch. Maybe we are going red-green. 3 more packs, 3-hour packs, of course. Some pretty sweet pre-release kits we've been getting here, actually. Some really sweet ones. All right. Farm to Market. Struggle to Survive. That could actually be decent in our deck if we go those colors. Devotee of Strength. That's good too. And a Solemnity. That's a nice pickup regardless. Maybe not fantastic here. Could be a sideboard option though. You never know. So there you go. But good constructed card. Can do a lot of weird things. Good commander card too, I would imagine. All right, 2 more packs. Oh, I want to go a little slower through those commons to get a feel for what's happening here. And we have a Crypt of the Eternals, another Farm to Market, an Overcome, and an Hour of Promise. Okay, that maybe could come into play, help us ramp a little bit maybe. And we got a foil Feral Prowler. All right, last pack. So regardless of what's in this, I'm real happy with just the Planeswalker as well as the Glory Bringer. So I think we got a good pool on our hands here too. Okay, we have a Supreme Will, Struggle to Survive, another one, another Devotee of Strength, and an Hour of Revelation. Okay, I don't know if I'd play that necessarily, but There you go. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pause the video for a second and put all the cards in color order, and we'll look at each of them and go through the piles and see what we have going on. All right, I am back. I put the cards in color order. Let's look at each stack individually first. I'm going to put these off to the side so they're not in the way. And what we're going to do, I think I'm going to save green and red for last, because I feel like those are going to be the colors that will be our primary colors. So as we go through these other cards, I'm going to see if there's anything that might change my mind, which I kind of doubt, or if there's anything I might be interested in splashing or something like that. But the first thing I'm going to do is try to cut cards that simply are not things I'm interested in playing, whether I feel like they're just better sideboard cards or just bad cards in general or something like that. This is very good. This is, of course, a lot better if you're playing with a lot of Embalm, Eternalize, and stuff like that, but it's a 2-drop. It's fine. Mighty Leap doesn't always make the cut, but it's a fine combat trick if you need it. 2/2 for 4. I don't like those necessarily. However, if I had a lot of creatures I was going wide, the ability would make up for it. 2/4 for 3 is just fine. A 3/3 flyer for 6 with cycling and vigilance is just fine, like a very playable card. If I have a lot of exert going on, then this becomes pretty decent. Sometimes that's good in red and white. Steadfast Sentinel's playable, not super exciting. Camel's good, especially if you have some deserts. Enters battlefield, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. Yeah, that can be actually good. Solemnity feels like, I mean, granted, there are things you can do with it just out of the main deck, like if you're trying to avoid -1/-1 counters going on your stuff or something, based on cards you have that are adding stuff to your own stuff, if that makes sense. I said stuff a lot there, but but really what I'm getting at is this is probably a sideboard card most of the time, so I'm going to put that aside for right now. You may exert Oketra's Avenger as it attacks. When you do, prevent all combat damage to be dealt to this turn. It's a 3/1. It's fine 2-drop. Sandblast is good actually in white. Another camel, 3/3 flyer is good. This is good if you want to gum up the ground, so it's not for every deck. Another Sandblast. This is going to be hard to cast, I think, but I won't cut it officially yet. Our white looked okay. I mean, not thrilling to me. So let's move on to black. This would be great if we had things to combo with. I didn't really see a whole lot though when we were going through initially. Final Reward is really good. I'm happy to run something like that. Blighted Bat, I'll usually run those. I'm actually happy to run Festering Mummy sometimes too. I like the Scorpion. I like Death Touch. Yeah, I'll play this. It's fine. And this is okay. This is, of course, better if you cycle or discard. That's fine too, and that's actually good. So black actually looks decent. There's just not a lot to choose from there. Let's go into blue. Windsor Rebuke is good. This, again, can come up the board if you need to. This can be okay. Those can be okay. Strategic Planning is actually decent. That can be fine. I'm probably not trying to mill myself or anyone else, so I'm going to put that aside. Although it does gum up the ground, so don't want to count it out. Spring Well's good. The River Winder is good. Is a good top of the curve sort of thing. Again, not a lot here, though. Like, these are all good, but there's not a lot of cards. So let's get into red. Red definitely looks more promising. I like the Minotaur Sure Shot. I love On-Crop Crasher. Glorybringer is phenomenal. Electrify. I liked Manicore. I've been happy to use that. Chandra's Defeat, sideboard card if we're up against red. So I'll just put that aside. This is pretty good, and it is incentive to use a desert. So we'll keep that in mind as we go forward. This 2-drop, if we need a 2-drop, I'm not going to cut it yet because I haven't seen. Have we seen any 2-drops in red? We haven't. I'm not going to cut it yet because we might need a 2-drop. Crash Through is fine. Another good combat trick. I don't know if I want 2 of those things. Got another one of these. That's starting to feel a little heavy at the 5 spot. So we definitely got too many combat tricks. Like, we're not going to keep all 3 of these for sure, but maybe we keep 1 of them. And I'm probably not running 2 of these. I'm probably not even running 1, but I'm hoping to have some good 2-drops in green. So that's where we're going next. All right, green. Let's see. We have a lot of green, so that's actually good. I do like this, and this is a -1/-1 card, so something to keep in mind. Destroy target artifact sideboard card. It's good. It does cycle, so we're not punished if we play it, but I don't need to take up a spot with it. Removing counters and hexproof. Nah, we have other combat tricks that are better in red. right now. This is another combat trick, which again, I think we got better ones in red, so I'm just going to cut it now. Trial of Strength, I like. Gift of Paradise is a way to kind of ramp / stall a little bit. I kind of like the card. Haze of Pollen, no. Majestic Matriarch, yeah, although have we seen a lot that works with it? We'll have to kind of keep an eye out. When this dies, draw a card. Yeah, good 2-drop. Here's another 2-drop that I want to play. So those are good. A 1-drop that I actually want to play. Okay, so maybe we can cut some of those 2-drops that aren't as exciting. Here's a 3-drop that's good. Good combat trick. I'll hang on to this one. Search for a basic land. Beneath the Sands. Maybe. Don't know if we need it. That's the thing. Unless we splash or something. Overcome. I don't know if I'm going to keep that, but more ramp. Wow. And there's a 2-drop. Another 1-drop. That's a good creature. Good creature. Good creature. Okay. The end made me feel a little better. Okay. So from what I'm seeing here, I don't think I want to splash. I mean, there are a couple things that work with this, but I don't think it's enough for it to matter, quite honestly. So I'm probably going with just the red and green. I think there's more than enough there to make a really good deck, and that should be relatively consistent. Let's look at some of the other stuff. To me, this is a sideboard card. Here's more fixing. Wow, we could have gone deep with colors of this particular pool, but I just don't think we need to, quite honestly. So I'm going to start cutting some of the fixing cards. Let's look at our multicolor. I mean, I don't know. Do we want to run this? It's fine. Struggle to Survive, I actually do want to run, I think. Not the Farm to Markets, because they're not going to be in our color. And yes, we'll run that. As far as these lands go, we're not really concerned about the crypts. Maybe we run this. That's probably about it. Okay. So let me put that aside. I don't want to forget about it. And we're going to try to go red-green. Now that we kind of know what we're doing, at least somewhat, and I think I'm going to cut in the head. It's fine, but I don't want to splash just one black for just that card. So I'm going to pause the video again and start separating these things out into creatures and spells, and we'll start making our cuts and get this down to a 23 card deck. Okay, we have a lot going on with creatures here. We definitely have some cuts to make. So we have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 creatures. Okay, so a lot of cuts. I'm going to start down on this end. I was really unsure about these Firebrand Archers. Considering I have 2 1-drops that I like and 3 2-drops that I like, I feel pretty confident now cutting these 2. So that's a big cut. We'll get rid of those. I don't want to cut anything else from this low end of the curve because I think those are important to make sure we have some early drops. So they're definitely staying for sure. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, let's move on to some 3-drops here. I put Trial here, even though it's not technically a creature because it's basically a creature, and I do like it for 3, so I'm going to keep it. Minotaur Sure Shot, which has reach, which works well with the Matriarch. I'll keep it. And I like these a lot too. They're 3/2s for 3. They can sometimes trade up, and at the same time, they're good mana sinks if you have something later that's, if you're kind of in a board stall or something, you have the mana. So I'll keep those, I think. Oncrup Crasher is awesome. The Crocodile's good and has haste, vigilance, and reach. Definitely want to keep those. Now here's where I'm going to probably make some more cuts. We got a lot of 5s and we have a 6. I want to keep the 6. It's got Trample too. Again, works with the Matriarch. Definitely want to keep the Matriarch. Definitely want to keep the Glorybringer. So what's that leave us? Well, we have these 4/4s that are better, of course, if we have a desert. There's one desert that's on color that we could play. I mean, I could shove in other deserts, but I just don't think that'd be practical. So, I don't know. I feel like I could do this. I could also search for it with the green hour. So maybe that's what I do if I decide to keep those. This is a 5/4. It's got a little more power behind it for 5. But it does have the thing where when it enters battlefield, I do have to put a -1/-1 counter on a creature I control, which maybe isn't a huge deal. And then I also get a chance to do 3 damage to an opponent. So that's interesting. I think I'm going to cut these though, because for the moments that they're 4/4s for 5s, they're not super exciting. Now they're great if I have a desert in play, but I'm starting to set up too many kind of what if scenarios, and I don't need to do that when I have such good cards, right? So I'm just going to go with that. So that leaves how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 creatures. That feels pretty good to me. So let's look at our spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 non-creatures. Okay. So we got to get that down a little bit to 7. Is that right? If I want to do 23 cards. All right. So I got these in order. Let me just spread them out so y'all can see them. Another 3 drop, 4 drops, and a couple 5s. Okay. So I said I want to get this down to 7. Yeah, we definitely have cuts to make here. I'm going to start with the combat tricks. We got a lot of combat tricks. We don't need all these combat tricks. The Electrify is definitely staying. Sam was definitely staying. She's really good, I think, in this particular case, being sealed, of course. I like the Struggle to Survives too. Those are definitely going to help us when it comes to just doing damage and clearing a path. I don't feel like the Gifts of Strength, I mean, our curve is good. Like, we have some 5 drops and such, but we only have 1 6 drop. We have nothing higher than that. And I don't think we need Gift of Paradise. Gift of Strength is a good combat trick, but is it better than these, I guess is the question. I don't know if this is a crash through deck. Maybe it is. We do have a few big creatures on the top end of the curve. Kindled Fury is also really good and gives something first strike, which also could in turn give our Mariarch first strike till end of turn. So that's kind of interesting. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe I'm just, well, here's a couple easy ones. Our Promise. I don't think we need this if we're not worried about the deserts. So I think that goes. Overcome. I like this better in a go wide deck. It's still good, but I don't know. It's still good though. This is a tough one. Do you cut? But we have a lot of 5 drop creatures. I'm going to cut this. I don't want to run into trouble with 5 drop spells in my hand, just because, again, we're not doing anything crazy with like ramp or anything. So I want to be a little conservative there. Although it probably wouldn't have been wrong if you wanted to keep Overcome, because I do think it can be good in certain situations. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have to make a couple more cuts. Let's get rid of at least one of the Kindled Furies right off the bat. And we're definitely keeping those. Beneath this. Oh, Beneath the Sands can go. Yeah, because we're not doing anything color intensive. So I said 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There is our deck. When it comes to lands now, let's see what our land mix is going to look like as I drop all the cards. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to count through just how many red cards I have, how many green cards I have, and I'm also going to make note mentally like the low drops. I think most of my low drops are green though, so if it comes down to I'm doing basically a split of cards, and I do want to keep in mind like what my low drops are in case I want to go heavier with green. So, and we do have the Desert of the Fervent. So okay, red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I won't count that. 8, 9. I'll count those as red. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So I think considering, I mean, we don't have a lot of doubles. We have a double green, but that's a higher portion of our curve. So I'm not too worried about finding the second green by that point. We have a double red here at 5. So yeah, I think we can just go ahead, run this card, and then maybe run a little heavier in green. So in other words, what I would probably do is go with 9 forests, 7 mountains, and the Desert of Fervent, and that would be a 40 card deck if I added that right. I think I did. So yeah, it's actually a pretty sweet deck again, and I'm gonna have a chance to play. I'll probably play against the other deck, that's the other pre-release kits, so it's gonna be interesting to see how those turn out. They each have a Planeswalker in them. Bolas, of course, being the better Planeswalker, but at the same time, Bolas also is going to be a little harder to cast. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. We got a couple great pre-release kits here to work with, and they're great examples, I think, of some sealed pools. Now, I will say, don't feel like you would have to do things the way I did it. That's the beauty of sealed and the beauty of Magic. Play the cards you like, right? This is just my opinion, and what this video is about is simply to give you an idea of my thought process as I go through this stuff. And it's really to help you make your own decisions and not just say, these are the cards you definitely should play. There's a lot of cards that I decided not to play that I think would still be good cards, and you may have decided to play them, and that's totally awesome. I think that's what's great about Magic. Don't play cards that people tell you are good, even myself, because you might not do as well if you're doing something you're uncomfortable with or playing with a card that you're not very comfortable with. So keep that in mind when you build your sealed pool. Sometimes you're going to use a strategy, maybe it's not the strongest strategy in the pool, but it's a strategy you're comfortable with and you're going to have fun with. You know what? That's what's important. So with that, though, that's our deck for today. So until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.